All right, we finally have a full best of 3 in China, and it's the 2 teams that every time I think they've played, it's been a full BO3. Both teams are running the old comps like FPX. They've changed up stuff recently, but we saw that up against Nova earlier this tournament. For Trace, it's the first time that we've seen them play Lotus in 2024, but they're on the old comp that they used to be on anyway. All of the roles are exactly the same. So both teams really have a understanding of each other and traded wins on this map too. And the most recent one was actually Trace winning 13-7. When FPX won, it was overtime, so maybe we're going to get like a full overtime game of Lotus again. Trace on defense first. Not choosing the side, actually. FPX wanted to go on attack, but they've pushed all the way into A main. We've got this trip from the chamber to worry about, obviously. Doors being opened. See if there's anybody that's pushed out or extended a little bit. Seems that they're more expecting like the B execute. I mean, especially with this wall. Could be enough of a giveaway. One way has been set up. YU's way too close to sort of check this. All of that utility's coming in. Secret's broken, so there's at least something for Trace to play around here. Viper wall, pretty much the full charge has gone up. A little bit of damage is done to YOU, but because he doesn't have armor, it's going to sting a little bit more. And actually got to peek and fight this with the nades. So Trace have played this really nicely. YOU and Fung just single-handedly taking this apart. A little bit of a whiff, but it's fine because it seems like the damage is maybe good enough for Trace. However, YOU is still fairly low HP, so it's a 1 versus 2. There's no time realistically to go and plant the spike, so you have to get these eliminations. Both teams trying to fight together. Good round from Fung. Secret's such an NA call. It's better than Baby Doll. I think Fnatic and stuff call it Hobbit, but I think Secret's nice. 你第二波想要去，因为 B 外的人已经被探到了，你想要通过这个碎门去夹击 B 点，那我就可以 Trace with 3 pistols against 2。是的，这个 timing 其实抓得非常好。所以前期的话 ，A 大也没有。And at least Trace was a little bit cleaner with their like Antica after the pistol on bind. But obviously with the chamber, you need to watch out for stuff like this, because life can just turn around when he has chamber utility like that. And then this FPX just going for that execute. Paranoia is going to come across onto the site. Flexing just out in the open, but similar to sort of bind to an extent where just everything's shut down in the choke. But not as like flawless as the last couple. I had no idea that these games are these long. Yeah, full best of 3, especially with these two. But I think that this could be a matchup that we see quite a lot. There's lots of games, lots to remember. Yeah, it's an important game. You make top 4, and then it's just one more best of 3 win to Madrid. Very nice and clean from life. I don't know what gun Fung had. I don't think it was too much, considering this is a bonus. I wonder if we're going to see much of him like op on this map potentially too. You got this setup, which I think is a lot weaker. Like the only thing that's realistically changed for both these teams on this map is like the Lotus rework. Like how this site has changed. This is just a very typical like defensive default that a lot of Chinese teams lose. They clear flexing behind this box too with a judge. But I don't think that this defensive setup is as strong as it used to be. But also, FPX not even attempting it, I think, is the right play. You got an open B site. A Viper wall is still going across here. Some more pressure onto Secret, onto Heaven. Makes it really hard to like hold this on the B site alone. Now Life wants to. He's got his TP set up that he can like clear Secret and like fight for it. So he could be on a really nice off angle here, and he's somewhat protected now. Now he's pushed up too far that he's not in the TP, but He's at least clearing some of these angles, and now he can just sit here. I guess YOU's expecting like a late lurk to come around from secret at this point, but it's not necessarily needed.
现在想的话，应该是能保的话可以保，其实 YU 这一把燎犬，但也可以不保，因为他上一分的话是有钱的。
没必要。
I think he wants to pick up. There's a rifle here, perhaps.
换一把枪是一个比较好的
fun.
留一手过来，看到了黑贝吗？看到了，但黑贝还是把他给反秒了。
And they do find Kai behind. YOU actually wins the fight against Life, so Trace, even though they lose the round, they've done terrific damage off the back of nothing. And I think YOU might be able to pick up a rifle right there at the end too. So that just, yeah, descended into a ton of poo-poo caca, which works out really nicely for Trace, like now.
哪怕你上一分赢下来了，但是下一分这个经济依然是非常拮据的。
再看一下，黑贝先收了一个，而且手稳扑出来，打头部命中的话就一发就够了。
对。
Like the dizzy's gonna really matter there, you know? You could just wait for it and then go. Well, almost missed that from the observers. Yeah, Feng got the operator. Why are you playing a little bit close? And grass, and the Thrash actually coming out onto site. There's the back of it, but in a position where you can pick it up again, although this might be watched keenly. Feng was hit by a paranoia, but I think that the Thrash was left here, so the operator just hold it. Mosh too, used for stairs, so it means that the drop might be fairly open for this op to push into. And there's a lot of stuff now going on for FPX to worry about. Like stairs, the paranoia is going to hit him. How patient Feng has been though is crazy. But he might need to start going soon. Wingman's going to go across to see if he can get some stuns, and it does. It catches Kai. And then Berlin just waits for Feng to push. Maybe that's a little bit too patient from Trace.
他的正面只能帮自己队友架枪，没有办法去搜点，所以导致他们前后的一个搜点时间其实已经很长了。这个2打3形成的时候，其实柏林那个位置就被暗眼推到那一瞬间，他已经感觉就是。 就只能够看阿阳的了，他那个位置能做的东西已经很少了，他能把自己藏好。
I do like the wingman though that was used here. Actually, just properly clears up where Kai is. And another early timeout from Trace again.
难度系数比较高的一些拼墙是。T 也是直接选择把暂停叫了出来。
It's to be an eco, right?
起到了民居，也就意味着这一分他们的经济相对来说应该不会特别好。是。
I
guess you're also sort of kicking yourself a little bit more because you did get the first kill with the op. In a 5 versus 4 and you still managed to lose. At least first plants were like pretty solid from FPX, like where they were stood. They didn't overextend, they were just holding a lot. Bought a lot of time, I think, too, thinking about it. Just on the lines of like the mosh in stairs, the like little one-way smoke that you can do on CT. Nobody facing or overextended to go to the operator. It's just at that point where it sort of forces Trace to actually start to like push in a little bit more, make it really like, awkward for them. Operator actually on the other side now for life because you got the chamber. So you've kind of given him a really, really nice gun to work with, and your guns aren't as good this time for Trace.
站位上的调整啊，他们是选择让福乐星来到 C 点，估计要挂一个单向烟，给一个单向烟，然后掩护自己来到。
What's the plan on this eco though? Is just to sort of getting close and hope to take some of those aim jewels. Even a prowler to sort of get closer. I guess it's like if Feng gets a kill, he has a showstopper, and then fighting this close might be enough. And I guess because this default has been watched by Lysor, he doesn't want to overextend. There should be enough information for Trace to know that this is not going to be an A execute off the rip. Good aggression from FPX. Like Paranoia is used. You've got the wingman, but you can pick that up again. Opening the door, clearing this. You've taken this out. You've forced Trace to back out into a lot of this space. And you've not over-dedicated. There's still plenty of time, so cutting noise is good now, but forces out YOU to use a second Prowler.
他这个位置要跟自己的队友沟通好，这烟什么时候关？
Flexing now, just having a smoke in time, but it's just got a Paranoia as this comes in. He's even got a TP onto this corner, but the Paranoia didn't actually hit Autumn, so he's kind of cleared it. Autumn traded out by the Showstoppers. The Trace have like done some pretty big damage, but I don't really like that from YOU. But this is winnable, and you just sort of throw yourself through the door, and only so much that Kai can do. Because this hold was nice, maybe just a couple of things that Trace did that were a little bit of an overstep. Like flexing going for that TP and the like. Maybe even just like the Showstopper as well. On Nico using a big ult like that. Being on the Nico and going for some kooky stuff is one thing, but like throwing a Showstopper at it. Life getting caught out again. Fung is fighting these fights pretty well, and like this is just good conditioning from Trace to like fight for the space and actually win out the fights early. But it does. FPX are going to be happy with just taking this space a little bit more. Just got to walk up this time. They have the Showstopper to go for an execute. Viper's Pit in not too long. I don't even think they've picked up the orb. Like they're just trying to out some of these closer angles, keep the pressure in. Hey, babe, that's brave. That's really brave to just be stood out here on the open. I mean, the nade's just going to go over the top of him, but you don't expect this as an angle, but this smoke is about to drop. I mean, they get him, but Autumn still managing to get a kill. Stay bite. Oh my god, FPX have worked it through. There's a Nightfall as well, but nobody else is really in a position to work with it. Blinn smoking Waterfall, fighting this alone. But I don't think that Trace were expecting him to be up and aggressive. Fung 1 versus 2. If he had a Showstopper now, it would have been nice, you know? Satcheling in, one close. Kinda scares Ayang. He manages to just slip and get the kill behind Lysol. He has 3 bullets. And the shorty wins out, of course it does. Tracer doing a lot of stuff that's a little bit too much of an overstep, I think. It's another round where Trace actually get the first kill too. But you lose Kai, maybe he's stuck on site. Also flexing goes for just a peek on his own, nobody's with him. A lot of like one at a time stuff for Trace on this one that I'm not really too fond of. Especially with big utility, right? Ultimates and the economy looking really good for FPX to make this 5. And already a good amount of damage done to Hebei just fighting. Just these C executes are too hard to hold. I mean, JDG was struggling with it yesterday, well not yesterday, 2 days ago now against Tech. So if you have like a duelist like Stu or Fung fighting for A and winning those fights, just going for C executes, either into a Viper or a Killjoy alone. Even gonna use the Thrash. Pushed up to Waterfall. I think it does hit Kai. Flexing, trying to peek in to help. Can't really do too much. Life does die to the nade coming in from Fung from distance. The Paranoia is actually great from Berlin again. Some of these Paranoias that we've seen today have been superb from both sides. Even using the Horn to clear CT, that's how scared of them they are of FPX. Second round of the Prowl goes. It actually doesn't get Autumn, which could have gone and backfired. But outside of Life dying to a nade early on, it's pretty clean, and it's... I don't know if Trace even call a second timeout here. It'd be super early. But it seems that just FPX are having their way on C. Trace don't really know how to defend it. Kind of got good aimers, got very good aimers. Both teams pretty good at playing this map too. Like historically. Wouldn't surprise me if Trace start to do the same thing on their attacking side, to be brutally honest. Change up though. Killjoy is over towards A, and you have like Flexin playing super aggro here. It's nice from FPX with just how much they've been hounding over towards C that they don't just give up A completely. But they are going to put some pressure over here. Viper's Pit. Really the only ultimate that they have to work with to go in onto the site, and YOU gets pre-aimed from there. Trace are looking really isolated. Lots of people dying on their own, and no crossfires, no help. I'm waiting for the mosh before going in. They have a lockdown, so this... The difference as well, like, if the plan was to play retake, why was YOU facing as much as he did? Viper's Pit is going to be used. Everybody else is in tree. Is there anything to actually stop this? Autumn's going to go for a fight, but he gets taken out. But he still buys time. He stops these guys retaking onto the site, like, pretty late on. It's a little bit of a pixel gap for Life has managed to just sneak past. He has managed to just wrap right past Kai. Knows where Fung is just from the muzzle flare. And yeah, Trace is starting to look really lost. He even dropped the Viper's, or like the Viper's Pit, which kind of leaves Life out in the open, but the likeliness of Kai doing anything here is low. He's just going to try and save. Are they using an old VCT UI? It looks familiar, but also not current. Yeah, it looks that way. But like the colors might be a little bit different, I think. Because like for China last year, they didn't have red outlines. They had it as like purple, I think, or yellow. Like one of the colorblind colors. Because obviously red is a very like sacred color in China, so I guess they just wanted it to be not used for like enemies or villains or anything like that. He's winning out on these head-to-head duels now between Life and Fung. I think it's like 2-1 to Fung still. Absolute free-fall defense though. And especially after like Trace seeing FPX play this comp in this style recently, it just seems so like out of it really. Nice shot. Kai saving that one rifle from before. 1 versus 3. Life's even backed out because he's low HP. In fact, 2 players are now fairly low. But Kai just opting to save yet again. Does he have a full buy coming up? Or is he going to save, or is he just going to go secret perhaps? Not really that much time, but maybe getting a like an exit kill from secret might be good here. Oh, and he just dies right at the end. UI kind of covers it. Berlin was only 9 HP. It was a close fight. Trace do have a timeout left, but that would be it if they do. I mean, at this point, I sort of agree. Just assume that you'll be fine on the attack because it's attacking Lotus. But like, you can't like only have 2 rounds on this defense. You've only won the pistol, that's all you've done. Maybe you do it after this, but I don't know. Wonder what Destroy's thinking. I trust in him though, I trust in his timeouts. Everybody's backing out a little bit more.
然后还有一个黑梦
是。而且一般对于 A 大的话，雷兹都是在的，所以拿到了对
And
方
the three
往蒙多的一
defenders
些信息。
moving over towards B. I guess that's the only good like part of this wall. Realistically, is just as a B player, you have to like.
他们甚至还
You can't hold it from heaven. You can't play from secret really without being isolated. You kind of have to play where the Omen's playing. Or you have to put like a killjoy alarm bot here, which you then don't have the C site shop and setup. FPX have really not done that much towards B, but it feels like this whole wall puts so much pressure onto Trace that they kind of are forced to gamble stack. And why are you if he dies here? Even now, he's just stuck. He's having to play such an aggressive line. Bit of a spray just to give some pressure here. I think Secret is open now, too. This is like a free lurk and open up. Crash onto site. This has to be given up. You got the Viper wall here, like I've been saying. The showstopper is actually going to come in on the defense from Fung. Okay, gets a kill onto Autumn, and the defender's now starting to find some openings. 10 seconds left. Just up to Lysol, has the flank coming in from Heybei because he goes for the door. Actually, much better from Trace. And they're not really over-peaking, not overextending.
加上 T 的一个回防做的速度还是比较快的，所以导致这个爆能器都没有安下来，人全部清完了。
在你安置爆能器的一瞬间
I thought Trace did a good Lotus. They do. I just think the FPX's is like a little bit better.
而且这一波其实我觉得最亏的对进攻方来说就是不仅
Funny because whilst FPX won the series last time against Trace, like the full best of 3, this was the map that they lost in it.
Life 有孤高火力了，直接组装了孤高火力。而且现在 FunPlus 还是
Interesting.
奉行这个策略，就是我
Combo seems to be working. But the Gecko has been a really good idea for them. Full stop.
让对手知道我这个 C 大一直是有人的，你不要想来。那 A 大的话，一直之前的话是 Life 去做骚扰，所以导致让。
Well, I'd say that the Gecko utility really hasn't been like a factor as much on the attack. I don't think.
除了 A 大，因为 A 大的话
Couple of nice moshes and stuff.
上决斗的一个辅助的。
直接5个人要来到一个近点位。
And Prowlers, lots of fade utility used early.
技能好多呀。
Both of them actually.
有舌吻。
就这一分，感觉还是利用 Autumn 的大招。
I have nothing. Maybe they have a good indication now, but FPX doesn't really go A late. Like when they put pressure C, they have been going C. So the setup actually to stop Autumn getting much with the showstopper is nice. And with 40 seconds left, there's still a chance for like FPX to reset, go over places. I've seen if there's anybody that potentially could be there on the flank. And I wonder if this Viper wall's gone up a little bit just to, you know, put some pressure on this. Seems that even they're not really sure what they want to do. Nade's going to come in. Nade comes in and there's instantly maybe that rotate around for Fung. Time is low. And Fung is just watching the choke before the meat grinder comes in. I don't know if FPX are just overthinking it here, but I guess it's a better hold on C. And nobody's like pushing too far. It is just a lot of that A main pressure. And I guess when you have that Viper wall going towards B like this, lurking up and scaling up on A is a lot harder.
只要 Autumn 一掉，或者是限制他的一个发挥，后面的队友是一定会脱节的。
7比4。
At least, yeah, Trace getting 4 is pretty alright, I think, for their defense, if they can be as good on attack as FPX have been. Odin spray 2 now. Is it Berlin that has it? Of course. Fung is the operator again. And like ultimates, really not too much.
但你能明显感觉到 TE 他们是有应对的，他们 A 大没有选择硬抢，因为
Not gonna rely on it because you just have the Omen T like Omen ups.
这个雷兹这个 A 大抢的也太软了，没有太多的限制技能，很有可能在前期就被击杀掉。就凯果们一直不停的去续这个单向沿，这边还是不好抢的，逼他们搞点动静。
想慢摸。
You got the Odin in tree, spraying I guess for the orb. Has any damage really been done to the attackers? Not yet. Life now trying to lurk up on B. Keeps her intention. You do have that Viper wall too if you want to maybe put it up at the same time as this wall goes in, but the rest of the team is just on the execute anyway, so not really that relevant. Wingman planting and Trace just have the right people in the right place.
好快的清点，最后一个人本lane在数位有点难受，手里还是一把奥丁。
这关键是爆能器安了，他这个包要怎么守啊？他只能穿。
Guess it's just more of like a bunker setup really from Trace, just being on the site, water falling in as they try to plant. Yeah, really good comeback in the last couple of rounds.
7比5的比分。
哇，这一分打的速度有点快，说实话，就是想要快速的去把这个爆能器安下来。
Considering that they did that off their own volition, there was no timeout from the coach or anything like that.
比较快速的。
A 点的一波提速，其实有点，就福乐星的位置一直藏得非常好，在对手第一时间其实是没有发现他的位置的。
I think in those instances, like when you have already used a dizzy, you don't have like a flash or a haunt. Any utility to actually just explode out of a choke with, it looks really easy for Trace to just kind of shut the door in on them.
石房后面，就这个位置的话，其实很多人都是喜欢去站的，所以导致了刚刚那一波残局的伏笔。
是。
I think there's actually quite a lot riding on this pistol though.
来看一下，7比5的比分，回过头来的手枪局就变得非常关键。
FPX picked it up on this map, right?
其实有。
Was it Trace?
如果没记错的话，3次机会没有能够把握住。
I need to like write these things down as they happen.
他们现在只有2分的领先优势。这个改牌子的，原本是2比0，然后2比1，然后下面还加了2个字也行，
也行，
也行。
就这是他们最好的一个结局，觉得。啊。
现在。 对于 T 来说，
I'm just writing stuff down.
如果能够拿下来，他们就能够把比分追平。继续去延续上半场最后。
Like what teams are saying, play on maps that they haven't played so far this tournament, because we saw both these teams play on Sunset in their first series, so we knew what comps they were playing. Bind was new for both of them, and this is new for Trace. I say new, but like it's the first time that we've seen it this year. Same comp, but. Just so I note it down. Who win pistol, win this map. Kind of feels that way.
福乐星，你能够明显感觉到，在这一张地图现在打到目前为止啊，还是
the comeback can definitely be on from Trace at that point. It was Trace actually that won the pistol, so they'd have to win both of them here.
对，
但是他也有10个击杀了。
来到进攻方的 T， 防守方的方 Plus。
Hell of a streak though for FPX to be on. Attacking sides, they just seem to be snowballing, but can't quite finish off the last couple. Yeah, I still kind of favor Trace here.
看一下防守方，只能祝各位好运了，各位朋友。看一下，起到了正义 ，Life 还是选择出来抽一枪。
They have to TP out.
是比较常规的 Life。
But for that early fight, Haunt is used. Just on top of Elephant, I think.
会被抓习惯哦，因为上伯乐确实这个英雄闪闪自如的范围啊，
Phone
比较
picked up
局
the up.
限他在防守方的发挥。
Any pressure here? You've just got the normal Viper wall. Actually, more of like a deeper Viper wall. Starting from all the way back here.
但是 Life 这个位置其实站得挺谨慎的。
Just some little chip damage done either side. I mean, Life needs to be a little bit careful with the damage that he took early on.
手枪局打 C 是一个不错的选择，因为
Open
现
the
在
doors, see if anybody's locked up.
而且 FunPlus 这边
Much deeper like Viper wall in to sort of fight for this space from
少了
FPX.
一个少尉齐乐。
Oh, the nade, all of the utility there onto Lysor is really good, but I would have thought they'd expect it a bit more.
而且想要去寻求更多的击杀，福乐星不给机会。
Ryan just fighting out in the open. Has a wingman, doesn't have his dizzy anymore. I might be on cooldown. And look at this lurk that's coming in from Berlin.
踩雷飞剑先给出来，但踩雷飞剑并没有形成很好的效果。
他得快一点才行，因为正面
Wingman even just clearing CT at this point. Yeah, he doesn't have his dizzy.
皮蛋收回来。
And it's a paranoia stuff for Berlin. So if he gets a good angle here, he could actually just bowl them all down in a line.
但是左边死角是有人的。
Might not even be needed. Really, really good pistol from FPX. Just having this is like almost like security. Another luxury if Autumn's just gonna peek and get to anyhow. So literally equal on pistols throughout the series for all.
他在回收完之后，
But we all know what happened on Bind, right?
10秒钟之后才会发起第二波的这个回防。
FPX won the pistol,
是的
and then
方 plus 的
they
这个
lost
回防
against
身
the
位
low
过
buy
后我觉得做
afterwards.
得
And it
很
was on
好
their defense
他们
too.
没有
The FPX
去
like
流动
lost it, and
特
it
别大的身位
so they
然后
descended
导
into
致
pandemonium a
很
little bit
急
more.
救的那一种死亡。
对，
所以每一次都是打了一枪能退的那种身位。8比5
I
的
think Ryan getting the
这一
kill
方
waterfall is
是一个
probably
很
like the most
急
important aspect of
所
it.
以吧
Magpie.
Life 的经典第
on
二
the balcony.
个防守站位来了，这个闪转自如是来自于瀑布的，想要去抽一枪，好像没有能够抽到，
没抽到。
而这个阿阳的位置是被鬼眼给照到了，但因为有很多的
Needs
技能
used
所以
either
前期
side.
有点不太好进，也知道你起了一把蟒侠，
Life is again down to like half HP.
小身位 pick 出来
Tracer kind of boxed in now. They have to go for these fights, and they're actually winning some of them.
是想要进一步
More than they
往里面
probably
走
should.
独木升起来是
Paranoia even
想
coming in
做
from
一下
Berlin
动
in
作
an aggressive
但是
angle.
做了一个
I don't think it
2-2
gets any of
Life
these
也倒
players.
了
But it does
现在有一
tell them that the
个
Omen is like pushed up
不
here.
太
They're
好
like
的消息
pinging
就
it
是
now.
打掉的2把枪都没办法解。
是。黑北最
I
先被
think,
敲掉
yeah,
的一
good
个
play
反
from Berlin
线
to be
但
like,
是
all right, if
又
they've
活下来
reset,
了
I'm getting out.
队友换换枪，
掉的
Or at
是
least
另外
opening the
2名
doors
选
to just
手
check this angle.
把正义丢给血量更多的小开。3v3的回这个残局，看一下，留一手是正面在直架的，这个口子，黑贝如果 pick 进来的话，感觉要倒啊，这血量太少了
Waits.。I think this is still good damage done from Trace.
想要进点安置爆能器，但是感觉 Autumn 不会给机
Are
会。
they gonna win? No.
看到了，
这个90度是能穿的
Autumn
这
over
个侧身
towards
的
C
位
as
置
well with
打掉3把
a
枪
great
但可惜
wallbang
爆能器
gun
没有
on a
打
great
下来，对
wallbang
T 来
site.
说是一个
Especially if you go for that
他能
default
接受
plan.
的局。
对，
我 Life 笑得好开心。
特别好开心。他这个上博乐
Bind is by far
在这一
FPX's
局的
worst
比赛
map.
他
Yeah,
基本
off
能力
record,
太高
sure.
了
Has been a bit of a time, so things can
他
change.
出来 repick 的时候有点被混颜混死了的感觉。9比5。
And I don't want to look at like for comps and for map records and stuff.
这一分是
I don't want to look at
在
evolution too much.
但是进攻方的 T
For these two, I think you can get away with it because like we've seen them play quite a lot. They've been at the top level.
是的。
Trace have made no roster changes and no comp changes either.
看一下能直架住吗？但黑贝也同样的有准
Berlin
备
just
啊。
trying to fight and train. Hibbay gets a nice little kill on him. Gonna open the door again and sort of go for this execute prowler. Nobody is actually pushing through the main bit here though, so this is like a good sort of spot for Autumn to be holding. Maybe where the Guardian should be doing that much, but it forces out the Paranoia early. It takes a lot of the heat away from where Ayang's playing. And whilst he can't get a kill, it's a nice little double peek and he's done some form of damage. 1 HP, 4 HP.
看一下屁股后面有一个人，留一手，但手里
It's a shame really that the guns for FPX on this bonus aren't really enough, and Kai's seen the little hop up from Lysol.
3的一瞬间，小开直接抓到了留一手，那最后只剩 Life 要面对
No damage done to Kai, and he's full armor, so Outlaw's not really going to do too much.
虽然有2个残，
Obviously, you do have that combo of like the Outlaw Headhunter that you can just bam bang.
对，换个位置吧。
那个位置那个口其实第一时间的话是没有站人的。你看这个树尾的架枪，
树屋经典一波
And for FPX to make this a better bonus, you do need probably
小心
like
一下身位哦，
a couple more
这个
kills.
身位应该控制的还行，没有叠在一起。
2个残能不能抓一个？坏了，这个优爪。
See if they can get them to die to the spike, maybe.
不太好偷啊，而且被优爪抓到了，他听不到声音。
Yeah, they're going to die to the spike. That's actually great from
行，
Life.
主要是 T 走的挺
At least I think they
晚的
do. We don't get to
踢
see.
走的挺晚的。
想偷那个爆能器是不太可能了。
这一分其实就是
Blend gun
想
for
要
that
打
fight though
多一点
is
嘛对方 Plus 来说，
a little bit over aggro.
柏林就是这样子的选手，他希望能够去拥有更大的优势。他开这个中轴旋转门，其实对于他来说就属于
No idea if they died or not. We will
但是
never
有些
actually
提前
know
准备的
because it doesn't count as a death on the kill feed.
Life 提到了明居，
And nobody gets an orb, so I guess it's just looking at the money.
这把明居的点位是在 A 啊。但 A 点第一时间看一下 T 是没有选择抢在这一分，4个人是比较偏向于往 C 走的。
是，这方感觉大概率会去打 C。
Three rifle buys, so they both died. I mean, that's definitely worthwhile then.
而且这一分看看留一手，他的位
The
置
only thing in like production is like maybe letting us down on a bit. It'd be nice to see the
TE 进
scoreboard a little bit more.
面前的烟应该会给技能去搜的，
just replays, player reactions. International events kind of suffer from the same thing.
没必要。但是如果要转 A 的话 ，A 点4人重防，而且 Life 还是把局。
Viper's Pit for Hebe on attacks. If they can get a post plant, it's
他丢了
good.
一枪还能走。
And yeah, with a
而且暗眼我看到 Berlin，
No buy for Berlin, operator for life.
已经飘起来了，暗眼已经是捏在手
Two
里了。
players fighting for this. I guess if they notice it, if they go across into rubble, they can paranoia this.
就他们现在这个铁三角的一个站位哦，其实很难去突
Are they
破。
doing it based off anything? I think they're just doing it based on the door. Like that initial contact maybe from the chamber. Yeah, there's the paranoia. Fung and Heibei still managed to get those kills though. 3 versus 2 for FPX. Fang even going to pick up the orb. Fung just peeks right into Life's
还要交一个中立技能
operator.
保险。
Even dedicating the thrash to just shut this one down. I mean, the money now, like...
今天的第一把刀。
有枪了，OK。
阿阳不想放过这
That's
个头。
Giga Troll. Not even to just murder them instantly, but to just
对。
do an Irish jig in front of
他
them.
的束缚时间相比于全面封锁来说是少很多的。
是的，你要谨防他的抬枪的一瞬间给你秒了。
啊，我们看到无数很多的那种短视频的剪辑，就是那种想过来刀，结果发现对面抬枪了，然后刷了一波屏。
He's just there
这
like
分FunPlus 就有一个非常好的一个战术
proper
部署。
Beavis butthead
来
moment.
来，16啊，这一分。
Money bad for Trace. Pretty bad. Still have that Viper's Pit, but I mean, are they even going to get onto a site at this rate? I've an operator. There's just a lot of pressure goes onto YOU's utility, but he's been kind of throwing it fairly quickly out in a lot of these.
前几分的话，有一次也是打 B 点，但是没有守住。看这一分能不能
You just got to hope that the site that they go aggressively isn't the site where there's an operator. I've actually managed to push through this, and are they going through like waterfall here? Because this is a good call actually coming in from Heibei. Some damage done. The operator's still here. Showstopper's even going to be used on this corner. Somehow Life is still alive. Can't quite get the Kung Kung flick going for Fung, and actually Trace have really made this a good round for them. Berlin is fairly low HP. You've got a Guardian and a Vandal. No utility, no Haunt yet. But YOU, it's literally just come online as I say it.
要清的点位也很多，看能不能先拆成亚一7滴血。
And the Haunt actually goes outside. They were more scared of the flank. Really good round from YOU. But that call, like, to push this after getting a kill onto Ayang.
对，他们是短枪利用自己人数多的一个情况下。
Really good, like, momentum-based play. And you kind of know that you are going to go and run and peek into the operator to an extent. But if you just hurl enough bodies at them,
我觉得做的也是非常的成功。
it's absolutely worthwhile. Definitely the sign of a team that's been playing together for quite some time. Just actually being able to like have good spacing, just throw yourselves, and hopefully one of you gets the kill against the operator. He has this tour de force though. Everything else, however, for FPX is an eco.
TE 在 B 点和 C 点会做了一波动静啊，先把这种长距离的
One way to sort of clear up this line. Important one way to keep putting, I suppose. If you're not going to actively fight for A main, doing the one way to really put a chamber off and playing on this angle and playing aggro is, yeah, important for flexing to do. Nightfall used for Trace. This is against a fairly low buy. And even like Flexing was vulnerable on top. Ayang is on site. He has a Bulldog, but it's really the only gun that they have. And he's lost it in a place where nobody from FPX can pick it up. Really, it's just so much focus now goes onto Life with the tour de force. Haunt doesn't... catches onto the Omen, actually. So it didn't get Life, so Life tries to go for a peek off the back of it. Life is kind of... I'm not going to say whiffing. But he is whiffing. He is at this point. Missed a lot of big shots there. Missed a couple of big ones in the last round. He's not really feeling it. All right, Trace. You're still going to be happy if you're FPX though, because you've got a couple of kills, you've got a big ultimate of a Nightfall out too for the execute.
而且他们现在擅长于在进攻方的时候去拿对手的站位的信息，找到的一个薄弱点就开始进攻。因为你可以看到，其实FunPlus就是他们的防守的情况下，他们近年每次想顶，但是每次都顶不住。
FPX timeout. Don't blame him at all in the slightest.
调整啊，因为毕竟手上暂停还多，其实可以利用就利用一下了。
对，这是他们的第一个暂停。
Trace very lucky there. Literally zero reason to push the guy. You know, it's nothing but a... What is that? I got the emote Like the
他
emo.
们不会做特别多的保留。但对于 T 来
A
说，
classic?
你能想象得到他上一分的处理是非常稳的。他在对手是存前分的情况下，选择直接交了一个终极技能，去确保让自己拿到这一
Game
分。
is so close. I mean, all of the games so far been 13-11, haven't they? All of the maps.
被对面存前分翻盘的话，有可能就是一个雪上加霜的状况了。
Fantastic series for competitiveness.
现在好好想想，防守方的方 plus 前期顶不住
Like,
的
what do you
情况
even say
下
for your FPX at
但
this
一定
rate?
要去怎么换自己的站位？你可以看到，刚刚其实有在去尝试。
I'm just trying to think
然后
about
去
some of the
尝试
issues that
对手
they're
的一
sort
波
of
流进
suffering
攻，但是
from.
总是吃了对手的一些限制技能，导致自己前点根本站不了。
但 T 暂停完回来之后，这一分你看一下，他们终极技能非常多，他们有全面封锁，有魁父。 他们可以让
I guess there's just a lot of like gamble plays from FPX, like especially around the paranoia and A main.
就手里有2个底牌，甚至服了心的一个离魂，
And
一
Life
是能够
can't
去
afford
骗，
the
二是
operator
能
this
够去
round.
快速的位移自己的一些位置。
哎 ，T 要
And
去
I wonder what
打
Tracer
一点
cooking
提
up
速吗
here.
想要
They have a
全面封锁
lockdown of
B
Viper's
B
pit.
位置
对，
Lockdown's
打
gonna
B
be
是可以的但
used.
是打 B 的情况下，你要怎么去反清？
B 点其实拿下来
Showstopper for Autumn.
延伸的。
是的，
And Lysol is one away from having his own Viper's pit.
甚至是一个2楼的位置。
他们
There's some delay here. It is just a fake, however.
他们要去往 C 点走。
但是这个 fake 的代价有点高。
They're opening the door. This still should be like a good chance for FPX to get in on the site. Haunt not cleared again. This has happened a couple of times though for FPX. Like the Haunt has actually got so much value, and it actually just gets all of these players in the choke. Oh dear, FPX. Are they going to use the Viper's pit? Are they going to feel the need?
是的，现在是一个非常大的劣势了。
You've used the lockdown. If you could save a big ultimate like a Viper's pit going forward, then it might be worthwhile. Especially when it's looking like FPX are saving.
因为当时可以看到方 plus 的选手他在水下的一个位置回防速度也很快。
I think this is going to be like the biggest problem for Chinese teams to really get used to. I mean, a lot of teams, I think, with the recent changes, holding on a like C execute is just way too hard and demands way too much.
没错。
But I think the thing that really sealed that for Trace was just the Haunt. They're not even like typical like Haunt lineups. They are just more like throw them quickly, drop them quickly.
顶这个白。
对，然后把对手给抽掉了。
是的。
Like a bit of an underappreciated part of Fade's kit that you don't really get
这应该是白
with like a Sova,
刚刚好
Gecko.
就这个过点，
Just hook,
其实
bang,
原
drop.
本应该是防守方去收进攻方过路费的一个过点，但结果被进攻方打出了连串的击杀。
The amount of anxiety this game has provided me to FPX squad is worthy successor to the Navi core. Yeah, it really does feel like the sister team. With FPX cooking up some interesting stuff, having really good like individual rounds.
双方的话，看一下方 plus 这边的注意力
Still struggling to get it over the line.
展开回复，给到了
Again, just like the fast
中轴旋转门直接
fade Haunt onto here.
令还是给一些压力和骚扰。
Really stops anybody from FPX pushing up.
小心啊，因为感觉 T
With a showstopper, Viper's pit, and a buy. Could be even on score, and it might even be like FPX on eco if they lose this.
但提
The money is looking really tight from Trace.
就相对之前来说，可能会有全面封锁，可能会有晚焰火。
对，
但这一分是没有终极技能的资本去协助他们去提速的。
甚至他们还要提防一下 Autumn 的这个终极技能。
Autumn，所以你看这样的位置是比较偏靠前的。就如果柏林会被咬，他传的一个门上往下落了。
哇，我胆子。
Did he just TP on top of the door?
他很敢操作，而且 T 还好也没有进去。
是。
进去的话，感觉有可能要被。
If anything actually came out of that, what these TikTok plays are happening, and also the team flash. I'm pretty sure flexing. Oh no, that wasn't. That was on the defense. That was all the way from here.
这一波到底要怎么办？阿阳能夹住这个口子吗？没有夹住，他被开反杀掉。
Didn't realize it would even reach that far from there.
没有办法去阻止对面安置了。
Viper's pit was used on the defense over towards C, however.
那这一分到底
And you can't use the Viper's pit on the B plant here. Like Hebe is stuck.
你看一下黑贝这个站位，说实话有点死。
But you could be on the site. You could be like pretty much nailing this round down, but you're on the lurk and you get caught. You're gonna give FPX 11. Showstopper's gonna clear secret, and FPX and Autumn do well to clear it together with the ultimate. I don't really like the way that Trace was like playing in this round.
不太能，因为有蛇尾，他想要去穿越试一下。
但这个爆能器一剑到底
I feel like you just kind of gifted them a little.
3打5残局。
我的天呐，我觉得这个最大的一个伏笔和转折就是 A 大和石门的这个位置，就碎石区的这个位置。
哦，
碎石门。
再看一下这波回防。
Yeah, it was a 5 versus 3 too.
各顶了一个。
Was that like a little bit of hubris maybe from
对。
like Trace? Just win a 5 versus 3. We don't need to use the Viper's Pit. No surprise that there's a timeout after that. And actually Destroy looking a little bit more like for him. This is like fucking furious.
互相之间补不上墙，然后你没有终极技能可以去手包。 这就导致到被方 plus 一个一个去拆分，打赢了非常多的1v1。
With the amount that he talks as a coach, he reminds me of like Pipson when he takes timeouts. It's not just timeout to give the players a chance to talk, it's a chance for the coach to just verbal diarrhea all over his players and what they should be doing.
我觉得就是没有把握住。
Like Destroy's been talking for 45 seconds straight. And then it's 15 seconds for the rest of the team to like work out what they want to do.
主要我感觉是进宝点进的有点太容易了。
Who did the Omen TP? Berlin? Of course it was Berlin. Like, what kind of question is that?
就他没有去考虑一下对面有可能要
Man is just way too good.
回防，他们站得非常散。
11比9的比分，现在 T 已经来到悬崖边上喽。
主要是这一分没有能够顶下来啊！如果顶下来就是10比10。
Chinese Angel. Honestly, it's not a bad
2
comparison.
分暂停也用完了，在常规时间的所有战术暂停全部用完。现在看一下 T。
That's why they didn't put him on that straight that he couldn't TP.
抢 A 大，他们应该
Berlin needs a little bit of freedom to do some wacky stuff.
Berlin 不停的在 A 点的树屋位置。
Right, FPX 1 away from being unmatched in series point, and the money was still good at least from Trace in the last round, but could be good here. You've still got to claw this back. Economy rough in areas for FPX. With the Viper's Pit on attack, you got the Showstopper out of them, you got the Viper's Pit out of Lysol. Only like silver lining, I suppose, for Trace. It's really lucky that they still have money here to go. Trying to clear the chamber trip here, and then this one. And this is more like akin to what we see on Lotus, just a slow lurk up, opening the door. Lynn's going to be doing some silly, goofy stuff. He's going to try and do it again. But he's managed to hold on to this. Autumn sees the spike, gets a peek. A really important trade. Can anybody follow up on it? Life is going to. He even gets a TP and gets out. 3 versus 4. Good for the B execute now. C's used up in here. They've even put like the TP down. TP, the trip, the chamber down. Yeoman's TP to help him. Double peek going on to C-Link. Ayang don't want to make the same mistake as he did a couple of rounds ago. And Paranoia actually going across onto here, forcing players back to Secret. The door being open, Kai clears it. Lysol just away from the rest of the team. All these attackers separated. Good fight from Ayang. Over onto Feng, and Kai can only do so much. That round really could have gone either way, it feels like. Who am I rooting for? I don't know. I like both of these teams. Life just getting the kill and getting out is so impactful there. Lysol, it was just swinging back and forth on like which direction it was going. It's actually a really hard round to follow, honestly. 3 chances. Can't remember how to pronounce 3 in Mandarin. Lucky again that there's a buy. Pepe still has that Viper's Pit. 1 away from a showstopper. And C executes have been the thing that's found the most openings. But I guess it's no surprise that they're going to be going for their San. So it's the same as Japanese, isn't it? I don't know how I forgot that then. Like I know it in Japanese because I did karate.
Yeah,
I know this. I know the symbol is just the 3 lines.
让方 plus 知道了对面并没有对 A 点有想法，而且这一波技能交完之后，
Mosh delaying. Execute coming in now. Prowler going towards Waterfall. Ayang quite far up, but taking a duel when he does have his thrash. Viper's Pip for this kind of ultimate though is good. The thrash coming from CT. It really does look like Fung could just maybe like push and fight that, but in fact he's got a showstopper and fight towards Waterfall. Autumn satcheled over it, but just lands at the feet of Fung, who gets the kill. Is Ayang going to end it here? Oh, there's one play that was paranoid as well. Just fights chaos. Who is it? Life. 1 versus 2. 1 versus 1. Nanoswarm's going to put him off a little bit longer. He'd have to ace if he wants to win this. I could not keep up with anything that just happened there. Oh, and he just narrowly misses out. Kai on 30 HP. Oh my god.
小开30滴血，这个残局的对枪差一点点 ，Life 就完成了一个神之残局。
对 Life 来说，他已经做到了
Very nice try from FPX.
很极限了。
他在魁父里面像游龙一样，直接抓到了3个人。
Observers, even with the replays, it's hard to just follow what the hell is going on.
然后接住了福乐星，然后回过头来，然后听到右边 YOU 的脚步。这一波 Life 个人能力是已经发挥了出来。
Series is a banger. 2 chances.
而且方 plus 经济进入到那个存钱局的状态 ，Life 有过高火力。
Pronunciation of that is always hard.
顶到近点，他
Tour de force. Could have collided people there with how they lined up. And Trace trying not to really let up on this.
是一个主烟位。那现在对于 TE 来说，福乐星倒地对 C 点来说
Lysol's 7 HP.
A 转，因为 A 点还有。
Autumn has an outlaw on B. And it is just Berlin with a sheriff on A.
然后这一分想要去包点的话，要
Who did they lose? They lost flexing though, so there's no CT smokes. I think going A is like the most obvious thing that they would do, right? It's the only smoke that they have towards it. But you just don't know what kind of bullshit Berlin is going to try and do. He's going for the TP play again. It's a good idea, but it's not quite connected onto anybody just yet.
清左边，在左边的话，第一时间是独木隔绝掉了。
Seeing some very creative tech, but good god, is it a little bit silly? Nightfall's used from Trace to see if Heaven's clear. Oh, and Fung tries to push it, and Life is just sat there waiting. This is a low buy from FPX. They really don't have much to go with.
好像能减。
3v5。
Late lurk. Actually coming in from Lysol. He's got a gun. Opening the door. He's 7 HP, so realistically, it's just about pulling the attention away and allowing these guys to come out on sight. So much pressure now going on to Hebe. He only has 1 snake bite. He's got 3 players potentially pushing him. And this is so good from Lysol. He's just been an absolute pain in the ass to deal with. Now Hebe is in a 1 versus 4. Can't do much else than that. That's a really, really bad round for Trace to lose in the end. But FPX winning. 1 series away from seeing FPX at another international event. Same organization that we've been seeing, but just a very different team. But yeah, like FPX really set themselves up nicely. I think they had Life play terrifically. I think the Chamber's like definitely risky to play compositionally on this map just because like it seems that the Killjoy is just way too good. But the impact that he found, and I guess Trace just kind of let things wobble a little bit more. It's not done for them though. They're playing a deciding match against Nova Esports, so I think that this team is going to make it for the at least the play-ins. And they probably would be the favorites in the play-ins, depending on how like Wolves, Billy do, DRG, Tech, even JDG to an extent. But seeing FPX and JDG in play-ins, that's going to be a really sick day on Tuesday, actually. And then if you've got like actually like Wolves looking really solid, that's 3 crazy teams at that level. So I guess we'll see you on that one. But yeah, fantastic series to start us off today. And I told you they'll all be bangers. I think the next one with Tech and DRG is going to be one too.